Barry, podcast 237. We're back and we're going to cause fucking murder.
Are we back again now? Are we back for long? Or are we back for a short period? Because shit just keeps getting in the way.
It does, and it's my shit, and I apologise.
Oh, it's not just your shit, lad. I have literally just got over COVID again.
Have you?
Yeah.
What do you mean over it now?
What do you mean?
I mean, are you over it now?
I feel like I've got a chest infection now. I'm a little bit short of breath on this time. The past 2 times I've had it, being all right, of just being ill, the way you feel. Where you just run down and all of it. This time, it has got me a little bit on my chest.
Well, we're not going to bore you for too long. This podcast you're going to want to listen to because we're going to cause murder. We're going to have some opinions that are our opinions, and then we're going to say opinions which aren't our opinions, but we need to do it for the sake of argument.
I'm like blind to this as well because I've been up the wall in and out of meetings all day.
I've been off for 2 weeks.
Steve's told me that he's got a belter podcast lined up for us and we're right back in the hot seat and we're going to go full bore. So I don't even really know what this is about, but
this is old school NPK
I like the sound of murder.
Yeah, old school NPK Live. It's what put us on the map, causing shit.
Come on then.
But before all that...
Can I shout?
You can shout, yeah.
At people?
Yeah.
Can I?
Yeah.
Can I point the finger?
You can point the finger.
He's like,
but you have to tell people when you're pointing the finger because they can't see.
Come on then.
So I have got an apology to make because from September, so it's been, for the last 2 years, this podcast has been a bit shit in terms of continuity and being able to do episodes week in, week out.
The old world.
It has been shit. We came back, we tried, we were back in the summer and we were starting to do episode after episode after episode. And then September came and I'm not going to be melodramatic here, but a lot of shit happened and it was very fucking tough for me to find the time to do anything. So at the end, we'll finish at the end.
You neglected everything, didn't you? You neglected your media company, you neglected the shop. I'm just telling the podcast. You neglected me and yourself, as we can see. You
had more time for you, though.
You're running a little bit of extra, I wouldn't say...
That's sustenance. That's sustenance.
You've let yourself go as well,
I'm like a whale. I'm like a whale. I've fed for the winter, and now it's time to lose it.
If that's what you want to call it.
Feed up. It's called energy stores. That's all that fat
I'm just saying,
just energy stores.
Not only like business-wise,
in the past you've had a lot of energy.
You've let yourself go as well.
Thanks, Barry.
Physically.
If I wasn't already feeling... It's Mental Health Week this week as well.
Is it?
So thanks for that.
That's a good job, you mental health.
Good job I've got someone like Barry to support and...
Well, I'll support
you. Put his hand up your ass.
I'll get you on the running machine.
So let's finish at the end now, so it's not all melodramatic. I've just come back today of 2 weeks of paternity leave, and my little daughter is happy and healthy, and the mother, whoever she is happy and healthy. She doesn't listen to this, it's laughing. But the last 9 months has been real shit. From September, it's supposed to be a great time where you get pregnant. This is my second.
Your missus had it bad this time, didn't she?
Yeah, and we did everything at once. So we had a little dog. We took a host of a little dog. She was very old. Isaac fell in love with her. Isaac's my little lad. And she passed after about 6 months. He was devastated. So in August, in my partner's wisdom, she was like, let's get him a puppy. So we got him a puppy. A week later, it turns out she got pregnant. A week later, our house sale went through. So it's all looking good. A little bit everything at once, but it's okay. Then it just all descended into madness. The puppy couldn't get puppy trained because my partner, and I think it's good to raise awareness of this as well, had something called hyperemesis. It's like morning sickness on fucking steroids. You cannot keep water, milk, food, anything down. She was in the hospital 5-6 times. She's lost 2 stone. While pregnant, she lost 2 stone because she wasn't eating anything at all. 5 visits to hospitals on IV drips. Baby was underweight for 7 of the 9 months, like really underweight, concerning. She was in the hospital every 2 weeks checking on her. The house was going to go okay, but we got cowboy builders in.
I've got to jump in on this.
Go on.
I told you not to buy it and you bought it and it was a lemon. But it's had a lot of work done to it, hasn't it? And it's back to its full strength now.
But whether it was, you're right, it was a lemon. It was a wonky lemon. But
house prices and houses is few and far between at the minute. So
that wasn't really the problem.
No, but you've done well to get one.
It was a wonky lemon. But if I'd have got, I'm not going to say his name on podcast because he might not want me to, but if I'd got that person at the very beginning that's helped me to where he is to get it where it is today. It'd have been all right. But we got, unfortunately, cowboy builders are out there. They chopped half of my house out to put a roof off, and then they just disappeared.
They got COVID and disappeared like we stated on the podcast.
Yeah. So I had a puppy. I've got my lad. I've got a business to run, a shop to go to, a podcast to do, a house that's open to the snow, wind and rain, a missus that's in and out of hospital every other week, and
me on your case.
Just every other, like, just normal life shit as well. What else happened? Yeah, we got COVID twice.
I did actually say to
in
Jalal
September
today.
and December.
I said to Jalal today, you've got to give him his due. He's had the run of the mill for the past, 6 or 7 months.
It's been shit.
I would have just left.
But
I would have just got off.
And that's the reason why, because unfortunately, as much as I love doing podcasts and Barry loves doing podcasts, we just didn't have the time. Like, I had to go to work. You have to. And then I was running home to look after sick people, dogs, 5-year-olds, houses, chasing people to try and finish work. Been a nightmare, but it all ended on a good note. The house I move in on Friday, it's all done. It's beautiful. Barry helped. Me ceilings are now flat and straight and much better. The little girl arrived 2 weeks ago. She was happy and healthy. She put loads of weight on in the end. She's a diamond. Missus is all good. Dog's trained. Isaac's flying. There's now light at the end of the tunnel.
So what you're telling me is there's going to be another podcast next week and the week after and the week after and the week after and the week after.
Now I've got the time. I won't know what to do with myself. I'm in my house. We've got the little girl, but it's easy compared to what we've been going through. So I just want to say that's my apology. It's been my fault, but we are back every single week to do good podcasts, and we're going to get this show back on the road. We may even go live occasionally, but it is hard work. But we're going to get guests on. We've been threatening to get people on from America. We're going to get guests back on in the podcast studio. We're going to get back in. I've got time to do research with the topics. Going to get more interesting, and I appreciate it. If you are here and you're listening today and you've stuck it out and you're still a listener after all these months, then I appreciate you. And it's also good to say that a few people have messaged me saying, we just listened from episode 1 and went right through them all over again. And we've had a lot of new listeners because of the podcast guests that have appeared on when I've been doing them from home. So we're back on track and we're here every week. Sunday, 12 o'clock, you'll be getting your weekly dose of Basil and Stephen. And there we go. So thank you very much for sticking with us and sticking with me.
I love listening to you apologise, because it's not often you do it.
You know what I will say, though?
You'd always think you're right.
After all of that shite, it hasn't felt too bad. It's been stressful, but it's Mental Health Awareness Week. I haven't felt that bad, but I was thinking about it on the way into work today. And although Barry's a bastard, and he is, and I fucking hate him 99% of the time, I think that you can get through shit. Me missus is a belter. Thomas is a belter. Barry and Jalal and Josh and the people around you are all around me.
Are all to leave me out then. It was only that I was sitting here
looking at me and I remembered. It's the people around you that keep you going. So Barry helped with the building, people helped with support, people helped look after Isaac. You can get through anything as long as you've got your group of friends, family around you. So that's what I would say. From the me message from all of that is you can get through anything. Keep your friend, get good friends, keep them, look after them, because you never know when you need them. And I think that's what got me through the last 9 months. It's just having a good, what do they call it? Not social circle, but you have a support network. That's what I've got, a boss support network, and that's how we got through it. So that's enough for the counselling for today.
Let's get on with podcast now. Then you've had that.
Are you tearing up?
No.
Are you tearing up because I've said thank you?
You were going to leave me fucking out.
Oh, do you want me to rub your leg? Barry's got a little tear in his eye.
You're messing, aren't you?
They're tearing off because I said thank you to him. I've never said thank you to him.
No, never. Usually just call me bastard or something.
Well, that's what you are.
Come on,
Should we get on with the podcast?
I want to know what it's about. I haven't got a clue.
Well,
I don't even know what I'm going to rant over.
I'll tell you after we've talked about our super special partners who've also been part of the support network. Keep on supporting week in, week out. Just use are all legends.
I apologise to them for the neglect. Go on.
I have already apologised.
Just do it again. No.
I apologise to you all for the neglect.
So which one?
I apologise to CANNA.
Yeah.
And if you want to see who they are canna.uk.official on Instagram and canna-uk.com on the website. I want to apologise to AutoPot and Jason, the little legend, at AutoPot_global, AutoPot Cultivation Consultancy. Find them at autopot.co.uk. I've got to apologise to SANlight, and they're SANlight_LED and SANlight UK on Instagram. Find their website, SANlight.com. Obviously, I've got to apologise to Erwin at Cam Filters, Erwin_CamFilter and camfilters.nl. BudBox, he's had the most patience because he asks me, he talks to me, he rings me. So big apology. He asked me at AutoPot Summer Social last year, are we gonna get more podcasts? Because I don't half love listening to them. I said, yeah, 100%, we're back on it. And then my life got turned upside down again. So BudBox Grow Tents on Instagram, budboxgrowtents.com. He's a legend. His whole team's legends. Gavita International, Gavita North America, Gavita.com. Apologies to Gavita. We never say the best. I was about to say the best, but the most well-known lighting manufacturer in the world, and for good reason. And lastly, my good friend Eric, Garden Culture, at Garden Culture Magazine and gardenculturemagazine.com. Sorry to you all.
You spawned that one in there the way you said sorry. I wanted like a proper speech apology, but
there you go. Well, there's all the partners. Go and give, because they are they're just legends of the industry. Go and support them. Go and buy the products. They're amazing. Here's the break. Coatsy, you're going to put it in here. We're going to let you have a tea and a coffee or a beer if you're drinking late at night, if you're listening late at night. And it will be back for our rant after the intro.
All good? Ready to go? Turn my voice up a little bit. Oh, I've got everyone watching, the whole family.
Are you ready to go? Are you built to be in the house that I built, in the booth that I built?
I know people tune in every Sunday to listen, but even when business is good, we still manage to do the podcast.
So Barry.
So Stephen.
What's it all about?
What am I ranting over?
A little $1 billion company.
Who?
Amazon. And eBay. And why do you think we were going to be ranting about them?
Because people sell online.
We're going to be having a discussion, aren't we? And our discussion, to keep people interested, is going to be about wholesalers selling on Amazon and eBay direct to end users, and we're going to discuss and debate whether this is the right thing to do.
Who are they? Can we name them?
Hydro Garden has got a Amazon account.
Has it?
I am also 99% certain, if in between the time that this podcast airs and they happen to remove themselves, get in touch. I'm happy to correct myself in the next podcast. But Hydro Garden have an Amazon account and will sell on Amazon.
Yeah.
Don't know if they've got eBay. Eden Horticulture have an Amazon account and an eBay shop, and they sell direct to end users. Is this right? Sure, are we standing for this? Because I am speaking, me and Barry are going to speak on behalf of the other 350, 400 shops in the country. Is this right? And also we've got to say that at the moment, taking cash in our industry is hard. It's tough.
Yeah.
And some wholesalers may still take cash, and that will help shops stay afloat.
Mm.
And they then may have to do business with people who sell on Amazon and eBay.
Mm.
So there's a bit of
there's a little
there's ethical, moral, and business. And depending on where you put your foot, it depends on your arguments.
I can understand shops selling on eBay and Amazon.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, all day long.
Because it is what it is, and that's
all day long. It's business.
But
if you sell cheap, it's a bit of a
wholesalers expecting to sell to shops to make a profit, to feed, to employ people and stuff like that. It's like, you're never going to compete with the wholesale price, are you? If I put something on Amazon from the shop tomorrow, Eden or if it was Hydrogarden
and others maybe
could just nail it, because when I buy it off them, they make a profit on me.
Yeah.
And
so they could sell at the price that
they could sell at the price they sell to us.
I'm not saying that they do.
No, but
I haven't checked the prices,
but they could, and we couldn't
really
compete.
Wants to cripple the industry.
And yeah.
So the debate today is: should this be allowed to happen?
No, definitely not.
If you're a shop, should you allow it to happen?
No.
If you're other wholesalers, should you allow it to happen? The amount of phone calls I've had to do a podcast on this subject, this is like the most asked thing.
I know, but don't you think our industry, like, there's not many wholesalers in our industry, is there?
No.
So
10 that I could name instantly off the top
10.
of my head.
So it's not a big outfit. It's not big, is it? It's not. There's 10.
It's a cottage industry.
So I half blame the shops who keep supporting them a little bit.
Yeah.
But that could have a catastrophic effect as well, though, because if I turn around now and went, right, every shop don't buy off Eden or Hydrogarden, then they would go full bore attack mode on Amazon. They would compete into themselves and would outprice every shop in the UK.
What I'll say now is we're not going to say what...
That's got to be their plan anyway. That's got to be their long game anyway, hasn't it?
We're going to have a debate and we're going to have to do a bit of back and forth. Some of the opinions won't be mine. I'll disagree with some of the stuff I'm about to say, and Barry might come back with to be devil's advocate. So do not quote us on what we're about to say. We're just having a debate to make you think and to entice conversations. We'll probably get a lot of phone calls off wholesalers and other shops, end users. So you've got to put yourself in the position of the wholesaler, position of the shop, the position of the end user, and then is it ethically right, morally right? Is it right for the business? So let's start at the top.
Let's start at the very beginning.
Yeah.
So how long has Hydrogarden and Eden been doing this?
Eden. And I'll say this at the very start.
This
is not an attack.
I'm only going to say it because I could understand a tiny bit if Eden and Hydrogarden done it in the past.
No.
6 months, 7 months. Because I could say, did them wholesalers still take cash off shops? And if so, maybe they're doing that to up the digital currency in the bank to allow them to put more cash in from shops.
Yeah, yeah.
I could understand it
That's
then a little bit.
That's one avenue.
Do you know what I mean?
Alex at Eden, a very switched on business person. To be honest, everyone we're going to talk about today this is not going to be derogatory. This is just a conversation. And I'm looking forward to hearing people's opinions because I've got an opinion, but I'll be biased because we've got a shop. I don't want them to sell to end users. We've got a shop and we give good advice to customers.
So you're speaking for every shop then? Because every shop owner would probably say the same as what you're going to say.
But that's not saying I'm right. It's just what perspective you're at, where you are in this argument. Alex at Eden, Hydrogarden, Alex at Eden, very good business people, switched on because they've got massive businesses. Yeah. Alex has been selling on eBay. It was the very first thing he ever did. He was in school selling equipment on eBay. It's how he started, and he was very good at it, and he did well. And he's come into the industry even more, opened up Eden Wholesale, and progressed and got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Doing very well.
So
take me hat off to him.
So he started on eBay. So should he just stop?
Well, if you're going to become a wholesaler and sell to shops, should you close off one of your revenues? Because
but does he sell lower than what shops sell for?
I'd say it'd be very hard for shops to compete.
Let's say a tent in the shop was £100 and that was cheap. Yeah. Does he sell it even cheaper?
From what I haven't seen it with my own eyes because I haven't had the time. I haven't even had time to do a podcast. I haven't had time to do this.
It's more than likely,
from several sources, yes, they sell for cheaper.
Well, that's in a way that's wrong. What he should do, if he's opened a wholesale and he's willing to sell to shops to make a profit, then he should then sort of match the prices of what they're selling for. Because then if I buy a tent off him, and I'm just going to put numbers out there, but don't quote me on all the numbers, then let's say they sell me a tent and I buy it for £75 and we sell it, retail it for £100 and make £25, then he should be retailing that tent for £100 on eBay himself. If he sells them the same way. It's like fair competition then. Do you know what I mean?
And he'd probably win that competition because he's always got the tents in stock.
Yeah.
And he can get them. He's got a wholesale.
No, but either way, he's winning anyway, because if I sell the tent, I have to buy it off him. If he's selling it to me for £75, let's just say he's paying £50 for it.
Yeah.
So now if he sells it on eBay, he's making £100. But if I sell it on eBay, he's still making £25 out of me.
You've made a good point.
Do you know what I mean?
Nobody might have thought about.
He's winning every way.
Yeah, the industry uses a lot of cash, and there's been a clampdown on it. Now shops are suffering. If Alex has thought of a way of being able to take some cash, and he's thinking, but if I sell on Amazon and eBay, that puts up my digital currency. So I'm more into the 80% digital, 20% cash. I'm allowing these shops to pay in cash. So I'm helping them survive.
Yeah.
Who could argue against that?
You couldn't. That's what I'm saying. You couldn't.
I hope we haven't just given them the fucking get out of the jail card.
That's when you phone up tomorrow and say, yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah.
But it's still, I don't know. It's a hard subject.
I haven't said that
to go on.
Oh, I don't know.
But I think now, in this day and age, every shop should be online. We had a monster debate about it. Well, we had a monster conversation about it today, didn't we? Like 5 years ago, I can remember everyone saying, like, when we were talking about it, saying, like, your local high street, it was the Asda that killed it, and the Sainsbury's and the Tesco's that killed that. You know, all like the little shops and all that have all been killed by that. Now Amazon and eBay and just online itself, not just them companies, just going online, is killing every retailer.
Yeah.
Every retailer. Everyone just sells online now. And things are cheaper, because if we were to put our shop just purely online, like, you're not paying, you still are paying rent for a shop and shit like that, but it reduces your outgoings a little bit. I know you still got to pay for premises and all stuff like that, but
you can afford to not have a nice premise because no one's looking at it. It's just a warehouse, isn't it?
It's just a warehouse.
So from the position of the wholesaler, morally, should they be doing this?
No.
Morally, I'm saying morally and ethically, it's the same fucking thing, really. No, because they get the double bubbling. They're trying, morally and ethically, the reason
they're making even more money, aren't they?
Yeah,
they're not just double bubbling, because, like I said before, if they sell us a 10 for 75 and we retail it for £99, £100, they're making £25 because we buy it off them. And now, if we buy it off them for 75, let's just say they were making £25. Let's say they're paying 50.
Now they're making 50.
They're 100% profit. You know what I mean? 100%.
So the reason, now, there's going to be the ethical, moral reason, and there's going to be the business reason. And this is my genuine opinion. The reason that I think ethically and morally wins is because the reason you are in the position you are today, and Alex could maybe debate this because he'll say I started on eBay. Yeah. So no shop made me, I made myself. Yeah. But you can't argue if I said the shops in the country have helped you get to where you are today.
Yeah, and I can turn around and say to him, like, you wouldn't have the warehouse you've got just off eBay and Amazon. You wouldn't have all them staff working for you just off Amazon and eBay. So all them shops create you more profit, create more jobs in the country. Yeah.
And none of these wholesalers, your Highlight Horticultures, your Nutricultures, your Maxis, your Growth Techs, your Global Air Supplies, none of them, not one of them would be here today if it wasn't for the 300, 400, 500 shops in the UK. So it's like you've got to where you're at today. Now the green-eyed monster's kicked in. You can make a bit more money, and now you're just doing it anywhere you can. Yeah. Amazon, eBay, fucking Etsy, Pinterest, Facebook Marketplace, fucking sell everywhere. Who gives a fuck? Because the business side of things is ruthless. Proper business people don't have friends. They have lots of money. They have a circle of friends that's nice and tight and isn't involved. Associates. But they're ruthless. And there's nothing to stop them. Legally, there's nothing to stop any of these wholesalers going, and what? Imagine all the wholesalers got together and go, we're all selling on eBay and Amazon. What are you going to do about it?
Well, we're all shutting down, aren't we?
Pretty much, yeah.
It's a dead set, isn't it?
Pretty much. And it's just, and the ruthless business people will be like, and what? it's business. I'm here to make money, and you've helped me make money, and now I'm doing it on Amazon and eBay.
Do you know,
you'd get everyone thinking you're a fucking bell end, but are you really bothered?
I might sound like a knob, like a proper knob saying this, but I can understand ruthless businessmen.
Yeah.
Because I can understand like morals and respect and shit like that, and I have major respect for people, do you know what I mean? But like when it comes to making money and businesses and stuff like that, you have got to look after yourself. I've always said it, and people might disagree with me. I know there is people probably listening who'll go, but like, we're not here for a long time. We're here we're
for a good time.
For a good time. And
what do you mean by that? You need to look after your family.
If I could be that ruthless businessman, which I am, in some ways I am, but I never forget where I started. And it's like, I'll never see anyone out of pocket, and I'll always give what's due. But like, if I could have that chance of making my kids well better off and my house twice the size of what it is, and it sounds materialistic that my house twice the size, but my house, my whole goal in life is just so my kids don't have to go through what I've been through, my two kids. So they're on the property ladder when I'm gone, and they don't have to go through what I've been through, and there's money left for them, which I haven't got none of that, me. I was never left anything. I was never given anything. No one come to me with the silver spoon, and I wouldn't give that to my kids. Both of my kids are good kids. So, but if I could give them a start in life, you know what mortgages and all that are like at the minute, mate. To get a mortgage now is just fucking absolutely, you've got to give fucking kidneys, blood, fucking everything. They want to know your family tree, history and credit, and it's a hard life. So to give your kids a bit of a step up, I can understand why people are ruthless and they want money to leave behind for the kids for a better life. I can understand ruthlessness in business. I can, and I don't knock it with anyone. Like,
so let's put ourselves in. It's hard for me because I'm a real empathetic person. Like, that's probably what makes me not.
It's how much you want. Like, I wouldn't do it, but we could probably guess each wholesaler and who owns it and how much they're worth.
Yeah.
Did they need any more money?
No. Nobody needs.
Nobody needs. Nobody
what
needs.
What was the thing? 80 grand a year is all like.
Once you go past, I think
it doesn't make you any happier. That was it.
Yeah. Once you go past, I think
a year.
That's a couple, isn't it? 80 grand each.
No, I think if your household brings in £80,000 a year, earning 90, 100, a million, 100 million, it genuinely doesn't make you any happier because £80,000 allows you to buy the food you want, 2 holidays a year, a nice house, and gives you the foundations of a good life.
And good savings.
And good savings.
There's no money worries, is
exactly.
there?
And people go, I'd be well happier on £1 million a year, but it's proper, it's science. Yeah, and he did the test.
I know
if you're on £1 million a year,
fundamental of it is.
What car are you driving if you're on £1 million a year?
No, it's not that. If you drive, if you're on £1 million a year and you drive a red brand new Ferrari, do you know the fella who pulls up next to you is on 50 million a year and he drives he's got the better Ferrari than you. He looks down as you like you're poor. Like you look down. If you were on $1 million, you look down on the people who were on 500 grand like they're poor because they've got the older Ferrari and then it goes in a line like that right down to the person who earns 12.5 grand, 13
right goes
grand
down
a year.
To me, who's just had the car writ off, going to the scrap man, and now I'm looking at the person in a 1.2 Corsa going, fucking love one of them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then I've had that, like we've had nice cars, and you're in your nice car. But then you look at, like, let's say it was an Audi A4. You're looking at the person with the Audi RS4.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it doesn't make you any happy. You're always looking to the next thing.
That happens with super millionaires. Like super millionaires.
Billionaires.
That happens with because they pull up in the yacht that's worth $500 million.
Yeah.
And when they park her up, the fella then sails in the £1 billion one. Yeah. And he feels like a peasant then because he hasn't got that.
You don't compare yourself to who's below you, compare yourself to who's above you. So that's where the whole thing comes from. You're not any happier on more than 80 grand a year. I think it'd be nice to have.
I will debate that. I think you are. I think you are, but like there's that saying, isn't it, of you can take it, like, as long as I put my kids in a better position than what I was ever in when I go and I leave them at, my goal in life is just to, not my goal in life, but I would like to leave my kids a house each and a bit of money each, so they're on the property ladder, they don't have to go through it, there's never a mortgage bill for them to pay, and I think everyone feels the same. Like, I always say to you, don't I, your house and all that, fucking blah, 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 and, like, house prices go up, but you see the money you've ploughed into your house, you'll never
realise it.
No, you'll never get it. You could turn around to me now and say, yeah, man, I bought my house, I'm mortgage free. And I go, yeah, but it's not yours. And you say, no, it is, I own that. And I say, sell it then and spend it. Can't. You can never sell your house and spend the money.
Yeah.
You can't. If you said to me, now my house is worth 200 grand and that's my money, I own that outright, I'd say, do you? Yeah, but you haven't really got nothing to show for it. I have got the house. Yeah, you've got the house and you've got a roof over your head, but you could, like, be broke tomorrow. No, how could I own my house? Yeah, but you're never going to sell your house because where will you live? So what are you going to do? You're going to sell your 200 grand house and what are you going to do?
You've got to go and buy somewhere else.
You've got to go and buy another house.
Downsize.
You could downsize, but it's never, that money's never yours in a house. That's how isn't it? It's a house.
But I know Barry loves financial topics because we watch YouTube all the time, but let's get back onto the main thrust of the conversation. Should we allow them to be ruthless? And like, when I say should we allow them, what the fuck are we going to do about it?
How do you stop them?
How do you stop them exactly?
Like I said before, you could turn around now and pull.
Do you pull on the heartstrings, please? Please stop it.
No, you could say now every shop who buys off Eden, you're not welcome at AutoPot. You're not welcome here. You're not welcome there. It's wrong what you're doing. You're supporting a shop that's not supporting you. Yeah. But are you making things worse for yourself? Because let's say, like I said before, they buy for £50, sell to the shop for 75 and the shop sells for 100. What happens then if you're still selling it for £100, but you buy £75, but you buy it off another wholesaler? You've stopped using Eden in the Hydro Garden and you're still buying it for £75 off the other wholesaler. But now Eden and Hydro Garden sell for £75.
Yeah, because they can.
Because they can. Because they're still happy to make the £25 out of it.
Yeah.
You could make things well worse for yourself. And to be honest with you, Alex has got if it is, like, and this isn't all gospel, like, but if Alex started on eBay, no one's really got a fucking say in the matter, have they? He started there, his roots. There's nothing. The argument is
you wouldn't be where you're at today without the shop, so why are you fucking throwing the boot in now?
Yeah, but
why are you taking bread off their table?
He was always there, wasn't he? So, but just sell for the same as what the shop sell for. Give it fair game. If they use you, they use you. The chances are is some of the shops might be out of stock of it and you've always got it. So it's fair game then, isn't it?
It is. And are we having this debate because we are a cottage industry? If we were in an industry that was massive, let's say cars, would we even be having this discussion? I know it's like different because the cars don't really have wholesalers and then wholesales to shops and then shops to the people.
No, but I think cars are the same. No, I think cars, like you can go to Ford. I might be wrong, actually. You can go to like Ford's dealership that's owned by Ford, but then you can go to a Ford dealer that's franchised. It's not owned by Ford.
Like most Audi garages are owned by random people.
Yeah, they're owned by other companies that sell Audis. Yeah. But I don't think, like if you walked into an Audi garage and the car was 20 grand and it was owned by Audi, the garage, I don't think that the dealership down the road would undercut them. I think it's like a set.
Because everyone would just go straight to Audi. So why?
I don't know.
Why don't Audi do that?
Yeah, but I don't know whether every Audi dealership is a franchise. Yeah. And it's just Audi that sell them the cars to sell.
Audi don't actually have a showroom.
Audi don't even have a showroom. I don't know. I could be wrong.
I know where I stand. You know, if you say to me, should wholesalers sell on Amazon and eBay? Your knee-jerk reaction is fucking no. But this was a debate, something that we wanted to talk about, and we're trying to open up the conversation. No one's going to stop them. The only way you're going to stop them is by boycotting them. But then like you say, they could just go, boycotting us, are you? Watch what we do now.
It's not watch what we do now. It's not watch we do now. It's survival. There's no shops buying off us now. It's survival. We have to sell that. We have to let half the staff go because the shops aren't here no more, so then half of the staff aren't needed. Do you know what I mean? It's survival.
And you can't, also, what you've got to say is you can't blame the shops that are still buying off the wholesalers that are able to take cash, because it's
not even that. Even if they didn't take cash, it's like they sell different things.
Yeah.
You can get 99% of your stuff off Highlight, but Eden, Hydrogarden and all that sell all that as well, and different stuff.
Yeah.
You might not sell. Every wholesaler hasn't got the same thing, because there's Can comes in. I can say this, CANNA.
Yeah.
Can comes in and Highlight have got exclusive on Can. SANlight come in and Highlight have got exclusive on them. So, but if SANlight got into every wholesaler, it would run the price down of it.
It would, 100%. It's been proven with CANNA.
Yeah.
Because they had Highlight
because
and Hydrogarden. Let's
say Eden got SANlight, then Eden would be competing with them then. So then
the only way
it's like two shops.
It's the kind of situation with the Highlight and Hydrogarden, and there's a third wholesale came in. And how do you compete? You've got to make it a little bit cheaper, or you've got to sell discounted digital ballasts when you buy this product. And it's just it's there's nothing wrong with it. It's just what you've got to do, and it is what's happened. So if you give your product exclusively to a wholesaler, first of all, pick your wholesaler well, because I think there's huge merit in giving it exclusively to a wholesaler, because your price is secured. Two good wholesalers who get on with each other, you can do that. As soon as you start getting into the realms of three, the one of them's not going to be the best. Yeah. And they're going to have to compete somehow. And the easiest way to compete is drop your prices. We've had it in the shop for years. Like, we've always prided ourselves on, we never sold cheap stuff, ever. Never sold cheap thermometers, cheap pH pens, cheap EC pens. It was like, you come to NPK, the shop, and you're guaranteed to walk out with a quality product with however many years of guarantee. We might not be the cheapest shop. You might be able to get stuff cheaper elsewhere, but do you want to shop at Marks and Spencer's where you're going to get quality guaranteed? Whatever, you could go in there blind, pick 5 products up, you're guaranteed belter products. You walk into a Netto type shop. Do you know what I mean? You can't say it about Aldi anymore because they're a belter, but you walk into a cheap bargain basement type place. You pick up 5 products. It could be shit chicken nuggets, let's say, made with 50% chicken and 50% fucking flour. So that's where we didn't want to be. But you get forced.
No, we didn't do it though. Like, on that, we sell everything the best. We done it on, you buy that shitty pH pen made for 25 quid. I guarantee it's not going to read right. That'll come to calibrate and it's going to break in 2 months' time and you're going to be back and buying another. So do yourself a favour. If you can't afford it, just do without it do what you've been doing for the next 2 months and then come back and buy the proper pen, which if you look after it, it'll look after you for the next 5 years and you'll have it.
But the shop, the NPK shop's been there for 10 years now and it's quite well established. You've had other shops open up in the last 2 years. How the fuck do they compete? They can't be the same price or more expensive. Who'd go there? How do you compete? The only way is to drop the price, and it's unfortunate. But it leads us into the end user argument. End users, should they show loyalty to shops? Or if you're an end user, do you just look after number one and get your products as cheap as you fucking can?
You know what I'm going to say, don't you?
What you're going to say is, I think, what everybody would say.
If you go into a shop and something is £120 and it's online for £80, why wouldn't you buy it online? Why wouldn't you? You'd be mad. And if you're going into a shop to buy one product for £120, chances are is you're buying 4 or 5 other items as well. And then you can do it from the comfort of your own home, can't you?
Where do you shop for food?
I don't.
Normally?
No, Marks and Spencer.
Lad, you could have lied, you know.
Right.
You didn't have to say Marks and Spencer's.
Nah, it's either Asda for bits and then Marks and Spencer's, but my bird's dead fussy, isn't she? My bird is dead for. I'll eat shit.
Marks, I'm only winding, you know. Marks and Spencer's. Shop around the corner. Will sell the exact same product. The meal deal, instead of a £10 Marks and Spencer meal deal, you get the exact same for £8. Where are you going? And they're in the same area.
It's hard though, because when it comes to food, I like to know me food's good food, and Marks and Spencer's pride themselves on it. So what I'm putting in my body, lad, is hopefully keeping me here for a long time. Good food,
well, good quality food.
I know it's
All right.
branding, but it works.
Your
Branding
oat milk,
works, doesn't
your
it?
oat milk, it does, yeah.
Yeah.
Oat milk, Marks and Spencer, it's £12. The Asda, it's £10, and they're right next to each other. Where'd you go?
If it's right next to each other, I'm going into Aldi, aren't I?
Aldi? Why are you going into Aldi?
Aldi.
Aldi.
Did you say?
Yeah.
Aldi.
Asda. But why aren't you showing loyalty to Marks and Spencer's? They've been there for you every time you've needed products. They've done you the best food time and time and time again. Always brilliant customer service. Can't do more to help you. Well, how come you haven't shown loyalty?
Because it's £2 dearer. And it's next door, you said. If you told me it was 2.5 miles down the road, I wouldn't. I'd just pay the extra £2.
Yeah.
Because for the aggro, we're getting in my car with all my shopping, then driving down the road, getting back out the car, getting the kids out the car, going back in, picking that up for fucking to save £2. I wouldn't be asked.
What would make you go and spend the extra £2 in the Marks and Spencer's compared to the next door Asda?
What do you mean?
What would make you think, you know what, I'm going to go into that Marks and Spencer's because I like XYZ? What would make you want to go into that Marks and Spencer? Because I think we're both agreed, and I think...
I don't know what you mean.
All right, I'll get to the point. We're both agreed that if you can buy cheaper online,
You
you're going
would.
to.
Yeah, standard.
Nobody's going to have any fucking loyalty. Do you know what I mean? So how do we... Because we don't want to just be bearers of bad news. People are going to go fucking online.
Lad, I've been
get people
online.
into shops? So
What
would make you go into Marks and Spencer?
I love Amazon and eBay.
Yeah.
I'm dead honest. I was on Amazon yesterday.
You love my Amazon.
I love your Amazon. I went on it yesterday. I bought a full set of tyres and I needed a spare wheel for my trailer. And I bought that
It's
as well.
next day delivery,
Because
isn't it?
next day delivery,
Guaranteed.
it's free. And I did go on loads of websites in Liverpool. Not many of them really sold the tyres that I needed. And the ones that I did phoned up said, nah, mate, they're like fucking £60 a tyre, £70 a tyre.
And you got them for cheaper on Amazon.
And I got, it's for a trailer, it's not for a car. And I got the full set for 170 quid.
So here's an argument some people would make. You're supporting a company that's worth billions, and the fella's worth 200 billion. He's probably the richest person on the planet.
But
why wouldn't
he support me? Because if I would have went to my, I think the only
Liverpool tyres?
No, I think the only place I could get them was like at the very end of the dock in Seaforth, and they were £60 a tyre, so that's £240. I've just paid 170 for them.
Yeah.
So now the price of
Save 70.
my Lecky's gone up from being £160 a month to nearly £400 a month.
Yeah.
So I've got to cope with that.
So look after number one first.
Yeah.
At what point would you start to think, do you know what, I'm not going to support this big $1 billion company that sometimes avoids paying taxes?
Do you want me to give the honest answer?
I'm going to support the Liverpool company.
You want me to give the honest answer? I can't.
Because you got to look after
Because I've
yourself
got
first.
to look after number one. I've been on Amazon. One sec. I bought 4 things off Amazon this week. If I would have bought them locally, I would have been down about 130, 140 quid. So do you think it's right that I've got to spend an extra £140 this week just to support my local?
No, it's like, we don't
But
even
it's
give that to
different.
charity.
It's different.
Even when there's stuff on the telly,
you don't
support
give
children with cancer. You don't give I don't give £130.
No.
I'd give like £50 max I've ever given.
But look, it's different because I have got no loyalty for the tyre shop and I don't think anyone's got loyalty for the tyre shop because you don't there that often.
Yeah.
The other stuff that I've bought, I don't give loyalty to because I don't go there often, maybe once every 2 years or something like that. So it's not.
I've got one for you then.
But if you turn around to me and said,
you like fishing, don't you?
And I always go to the same fishing shop.
Yeah. To buy your baits. Because you run out of baits.
You're
there every week, let's say.
Actually, most of the lakes I go to have got their own bait shops. So I'll phone and say, have you got that and that? And they go, yeah, man. And they always have. Everything that I'm wanting is like the common thing. Yeah. So they've got it. So I'll then turn up at the lake and I'll buy me bait at that lake as well as paying to fish on that lake.
Is that because it's fresh and you don't want fucking mealworms delivered to your house?
Lad, I fish on pellets, so when I go there, it's only coppers anyway. It's only fucking $5 a bag or something, but I'll phone them and say, have you got like 2 mil and 6 mil pellets in?
Why don't you buy them off Amazon for £2.50?
Because I support the lake that I'm going to.
Because...
I could go on Amazon and buy them.
Why do you support the lake that you're going on?
because I still want it to be there in years to come so I can still go there. And
So-
it's convenient.
So I'm trying to translate this
Why
to...
would I spend my time going online, ordering something on Amazon, taking the risk that it doesn't turn up on the day that I've took off to go fishing, and it doesn't turn up when I've got all the lakes in my phone. I just phone the lake where I'm going and I order it from them. And when I get there, I get it.
What shops need to do is not just be a store that just goes, what you want, mate? A and B? Yeah. £35. £40 now with inflation. £85 for the pair. Crack them in the bin bag. Go on to that, mate. That's not an experience that makes you want to go to a shop.
No.
Instead,
you don't have to go into a hydroponic shop and have a full experience with the fella greet you at the door.
No, but let me tell you. Let me tell you how it should
all
go.
the hairdressers do it now. You're on to hairdressers. As soon as you go in, all right, mate, would you like a beer or a tea or a coffee?
Yeah.
Sit down, mate. Yeah.
Well,
and
you can't buy a haircut off Amazon.
But they're nailing with you the experience, because had I used to go when you did, lad, and we got suckered in, didn't we, Steve? And you don't do it no more, and I don't do it no more. My haircut cost me, I think it's 20 quid. You know what I mean? 15 quid. How much did it used to cost, Steve? Because you got me there the first time. What?
I can't say.
No, say it now, and I hope your fucking bird listens, because it's more than a bird's haircut. How much did it used to cost?
£45.
£45 for a haircut.
And a beard trim.
Steve wrote me into it one day, and I went. And as soon as you walk through the door, it was all, I'll take your coat, mate, and all that, hang your coat up and all that. Would you like a beer, a whiskey, a coffee, or anything like that? Here, there's refreshments at the end there that you can have, and all that, and blah, blah, blah. And the experience you got, you hair washed before your hair cut, hair washed again after it, and all that. Steamer on your face, comb your hair. Do you like it? Can I do anything else? Yeah. Do you want a gel? Do you want this? Do you want that? And it was an experience. Most haircuts, I used to go when it was
banter in there. It was a male only.
Yeah, it was a male only. No females. We used to be in there laughing, because women would walk in with the kids and they go, oh, excuse me, love, you can't be in here. You know, they go, oh no, I'm bringing my kid for the haircut. They go, no. He can come in on his own, but you're not allowed in. We used to laugh at it, you know what I mean?
And it was like, actually for being like that. But it was the banter. The core reason I used to go was because I was dead picky about my haircut. I think I've had like 3 barbers, and then if you go to one place and the barber wasn't available, it was closed, you were fucked. I found out that when you go to this barber, they're all fantastic at what they do. You can go to any one of them. There's like 6. And they're all going to do a good job. So you're not really that fussed on who you go to. There's obviously your preferences, but you're not fussed. But it was an experience.
But that's what it was. You were paying for the experience.
So I'm not saying you need to provide an experience in the shop, but let me give you. No, you've had the example of you want an A and B, £35. Go on to that, mate. Now you walk into a shop and it's, how's it going, Dave?
Sound.
Nice one. Do you want a coffee?
No.
There's a coffee machine on the end if you want to have a little tea or coffee. What would you like, Dave?
No, I'm all right, mate. I'm sound.
You've just walked in for a bit of conversation.
No, mate, I've just walked in to get A and B.
Or would you like it A and B? Would you like me to crack that for you?
Yeah, please, mate.
Crack. Bin bagged?
Yeah, go on.
Bin bags. Do you need anything else today?
No.
How is everything going? Are you okay?
It's sound.
Any problems or issues?
No, I'm all right.
You're all good?
Yeah.
Sound, there you go. Well, look, you've been coming here for a little while, haven't you? Next time you come in, I'm going to do you a little 10% off. So 10% off. And Dave, just before you leave, listen, don't fucking tell anyone. There's a little freebie there for you. Put that in the first 2 weeks, 1 mil per litre. Give your pants a little Brucey bonus there with the roots.
It's right.
Oh, it is right, Dave. Nice one.
Yeah.
All right, see you later. Take it easy. Give me all my best to the family. Bye-bye. No, I wouldn't say that at the end.
No.
But there's a difference, isn't there? And you're being a bit of a difficult fucking bastard there because most people go, oh, yeah, I'll have a coffee, please. And you do them a little coffee. You go, how's everything going? You go, you know what, too bad. Any issues? You know what? Yeah, they were drooping a little bit last week. Tell you what you need to do. Boom, boom, boom. And you're not going to get that online. That's the only thing I can think of is to give people an experience, a human one-to-one connection, good advice, good communication, the odd little freebie in there. Don't be stupidly overpriced compared to online.
Though, that shops like ours are always, you're always going to have custom for, because you can't ring someone and explain a problem the way you can face to face. And the communication, if someone's got a problem, we're there to help.
Yeah. So
if you're just buying like me tyres off eBay, then I've been out and looked at the size of me tyres. I've gone on eBay, typed the size of me tyre in there, the art's done.
Yeah.
I haven't got a problem.
What I will say to end users is, yeah, you should go where it's cheaper, but we always find out if you've been buying online or going, you know what, if you go to another shop and it's cheaper, you just can't fucking moan about that anymore. If a shop's telling for cheaper, they're obviously doing it. They'll either be out of business in a year because they sold it too cheap, or they're selling higher volumes or whatever. You just can't moan about shops selling cheaper. It is what it is. Make your experience better, or make it a $5 more expensive. It's like, what? It's only an extra $5. Don't be £50 more expensive. Give them an experience.
People do it to come into our shop and say, I'll say £65 for the light kit, and they go, no, I'll get it from there for £60. And I go, how many do you want? And they go, 2. And I go, nah, mate, get in your car then, drive 30 miles across the city to Manchester or wherever you're getting them from, and get them from there then, mate. And that's just my answer to it is, you drive all the way. Don't tell me, because my time's valuable, so don't tell me that you're willing now to put 20 quid in your car to drive to Manny and back, plus the 2 hours, let's say, it takes you to get there and get back, isn't worth £10, because you've just put £20 in your car. So you're already £10 down on your diesel, and your 2 hours going there and back. You could walked up and down Parley, crushed Coke cans and made money. Yeah.
We will find out. Those shops will find out inevitably, because if you go to them, you slip up. You go, well, I'm using this canned Q-Max fan. You go, you never fucking bought that from us. You go, oh, yeah, it was like £20 cheaper on Amazon. And at the end of the day, you go, oh, it is what it is. But I'm telling you now, end users, if a shop, sometimes we spend an hour with a customer.
The only thing that you've got to think of,
won't spend a penny.
The only thing you've got to think of when you're buying stuff like that online, and this isn't me trying to say don't do it, because I do it myself. But like, imagine if you buy Q-Max online,
yeah,
and it does happen to break. What happens?
Hard work getting it back.
You've got to take it down. You've got to phone them up. They have to send you the return slip. Or to speed the process up now, you're paying on the postage and package because you want it gone today. You're not waiting for them to send you the return slip. And it's gone back. Where if we get a good customer in the shop who we know, and they come in and say, fucking fan's tucked, and I could go, yeah, lad, there's that fan there, take it and bring me the other one back. Yeah. And it's done.
Yeah, it's just a better all-round experience.
Yeah, that's if a no, yeah. Don't just walk in and expect that. Like,
if you do, listen, we're never going to say, you can't come in our shop or the NPK shop because you bought something off Amazon. But you're just not going to get that little bit extra. You know, if we know that you only ever come to our shop or you only ever go to a shop, then that person's happy to spend an hour with you, even though you buy nothing to help you fix your problem.
I know there's people who come in our shop and they just buy mud. Yeah. Every time, and I think you've got to change your fan and filter, you've got to change your bulbs. Where's your pots, mate? You're only coming in here to buy mud, and they're probably your online people because it's too bulky to buy products like that.
I'll give you an example. Here's 2 examples of how it'll go if you're an end user, and it's up to you. Listen, no one's going to hate on you if you want to save money and buy it online, but I promise you, this is how your 2 conversations will go. So a shop knows that you buy little bits off them, but mostly buy off online. You go to them with the problem because guess what? Buying off eBay and Amazon don't solve your problems. You can go into forums, but you're going to get a mishmash of advice there, and who knows if it's the right advice. So you go into your shop, this is the person that buys off a little bit off you and a little bit off Amazon. Me leaves are going yellow. Okay, mate, what are you doing wrong? I don't know. That's what I want your help for. You're overwatering. No, I think I feed them all right. Only thing I can think of is overwatering, you know what I mean? Yeah, do you want that bottle of whatever to fix it? And you go, will that fix it? It might do, yeah. Yeah, it should do. There you go, £20. Nice one, bud. And you feel as though they've solved the problem, but you haven't really. Now, the loyal customers that come in, stay. We plan to go in yellow. Okay, what are you doing? How often are you feeding? Are your pots heavy or light? The heavy could be overfeeding a little bit. How long have they been yellow for? Do you check your pH? Do you check your EC? Good. What's your temperatures? What's your humidity? Okay.
And then I say to them, you don't need to buy a product.
Exactly what I was going to say.
You don't need to buy anything. You've overwatered. So just sit tight. Nothing's going to change for a little bit. When they start to droop, this is what you're going to do.
Exactly.
So they come in for the advice and it's free and they don't need to buy
And
nothing.
you don't need to buy it. I'm not saying we sell a product because
No,
do you know what I mean? But
you just,
it
you
goes
worded
down
it
that
wrong.
route.
It's just like people who just come in with a problem is like,
They only ever come in with a problem.
Nah,
they
it's
buy
just,
everything offline.
to be honest,
come in with
just
a problem.
say it is like it is. It's what, lad?
I know. That's not my problem.
It's not my problem. That's your problem.
But if you
don't support us, we don't support you.
If you show loyalty to us, you become a friend, don't they?
Yeah.
Not like you go for a fucking pint with them. But I'd say of our customers, 70% of them come in and go, "What's happening, Barry? You fucking used to be you fat bastard," or fucking now it's your fucking big bicep Barry's and fucking compliments him because he smashes the gym. And what's happening? You jumped out on a customer before. Hid on the fucking cocoa for about 5 minutes. Customer walked in, fucking starts barking at him like a fucking rabid dog. Customer shits himself, laughs his head off. "Oh, fucking Barry, you take the piss." Have a laugh with them. They come behind the counter. We have a gab with them. That's just how it goes. And it's not just us. It's going to be, there'll be other shops that are like that as well.
Every shop will be like that.
So it's whether you want to have, you want me and Barry as your mate or you want to fucking buy offline, you fucking digital bastard.
But I understand. I do like, the online is like, it's life at the minute, lad. Life's hard as well, lad. Like, look at the price of everything, lad. The price of fuel, the price of gas and lecky, the fucking price of houses,
Food.
price of rent, price of food, price of clothes. We had this conversation about clothes before, trainees. Steve was ripping the fucking life out of me over it. And I do like me trainees, but I'm not a big, I buy them trainees so everyone look cool like everyone else. That's what Steve thinks. And it's not, it's just, you walk into JD Sports now.
I can't believe you fucking... Barry gets me confused. Barry thinks that when we're having they're not arguments, they're just really good banter. And sometimes Barry gets the better of me.
I pushed them off the counter before on his head.
I got fully thrown off the counter because he's flexing his newfound strength over me, wasn't he? So Barry sometimes get the better of me and I sometimes get the better of Barry.
No, but if you...
And Barry thinks at the end of these debates or fucking banter fucking matches that what you say is actually real.
No,
but no, what you've got to do is, and Barry knows this.
I know it's banter.
Barry knows that I could just be telling an outright lie. I could know that every fucker's winning on runs and he doesn't really care what people think of him. But I know if I say it, I'll get to him. And it got to him today and he's brought it up in the podcast. And Barry forgets sometimes.
My whole point is, if you shut up, my whole point is, if you go into JD Sports or a trainee shop now, the chances are is you're paying £100 for a pair of trainees, lad.
Easy. That's what they are now these days.
It's a fucking joke. Honest to God, it's a fucking joke. We shouldn't have a fucking hydroponic shop. We should have a trainee shop with the sold cheaper. Yeah. Honest to God, lad.
Still someone would fucking undercut you.
I went online. I went into JD the other day and I was looking. Seen a pair I liked. They didn't have them in my size, Asics. And I went online and, lad, Asics actually sell them cheaper.
Yeah.
By about £30.
That's them.
And they didn't even have them in size as well. I did try and buy them, but they didn't have them in my size. I
feel like we've been quite kind today as well. We're not really like the old NPK Live. Alex, you fucking bellend. Hydrogan, you pair, there's not two of them. Your whole bunch of cowboys and cowgirls. We've got to at least be politically correct.
To be honest, we've had a little stab, but Hydrogan are cunts. They never started on eBay. Where Alex has got a good argument that he started there near his roots. So yeah, fair dues, Alex, it is what it is. But Hydrogan is just rats. That's why we don't buy a shit.
We haven't for a while.
Yeah,
it's bad that you, and that we can't say it about Alex because he'd have an argument, but Hydrogan can say categorically, you were made by grow shops. You would not be where you are today. You wouldn't have the houses that you're in unless you've got other companies I don't know about. But let's just say, for argument's sake, you wouldn't have half the stuff you've got today if it wasn't for the shops.
Yeah.
And now you just backdoor.
No, you were just built off the back of shops and now
you can make money elsewhere. Yeah. Again, it comes down to, they might just be sat there if they ever listen to this podcast and go, and what? I don't fucking care. I don't think if Barry thinks I'm a bellend and Steve thinks I'm a tit, I couldn't give two shits because they don't pay my fucking mortgage.
Yeah. And it's like I said before as well, it's I do and I don't give them that little bit of credit of it is every man for themselves.
Yeah.
It is. And I'm not saying I'd ever stab anyone in the back because it's just not me. It's not what I'm about. But I understand in big business like Hydro Garden because they're a big business.
Well, it's what you want,
a big business.
I would want to hold my head up high, walking around. If you go to the shows, I'd want to walk around.
No, but it's not even that.
I make good money, but at least I'm not a dog. If you took
Hydro Garden off Amazon and eBay now, they would still be there as a big company.
Ooh, I've heard they do a lot on Amazon. Like, it's a big portion of the business. I think a lot of shops have boycotted them. Okay. Again, this is just me listening on the grapevine, and the grapevine is full of lies and fucking hypocrisy and tales. We know this for a fact. But I hear off a lot of people that they do very, very well on Amazon. So it would be a big hit for them to come off Amazon. And they're just not going to do it. I've heard a lot of shops have boycotted them because of it. You don't have to go to Hydro Garden. They don't do anything particularly, I've got to buy that. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it would never happen, but we could never boycott SANlight because they sell too much shit that you need. Do you know what I mean?
But in the same breath, it's like, they don't sell online.
No, they don't. That's why we go to them, like, pretty much exclusively for anything that we can. We spend more. If SANlight are a bit more expensive on a product, it's one, convenience, and two, loyalty, because we know for a fact they don't sell to anyone else. They support the shops 100%, and I think the shops should support them 100%. Do you know what I mean? I know Nutriculture, they don't sell. That's like, as well as sell, I'll tell you who I know doesn't sell. Nutriculture doesn't sell direct to end users. SANlight doesn't sell. Global Air Supplies doesn't sell. Growth Technology, they've got a booming garden centre business, so they do really well with that. That fair game, they're doing very well with that. Who else? Probably others, but I don't know 100%. Do you know what I mean? So there's the debate. I would be willing to go live in a couple of weeks of an evening and invite who, if you want to come on and say whatever, come on. We'll do it live. You can catch us off guard. You can call us cunts to our faces.
Oh, look, you might sound like a good, but
I want to open up the debate. I just want to find out why. I disagree. My position is I
Alex
disagree with
Alex got a good point, and I've never knew that's where he started from. So if that's your roots, it's your roots, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? But there'll be other shops out there, though, that listen to this and go, no, he's still a cunt. And it's everyone's opinion to themselves, isn't it? But
yeah,
I don't know. But Hydro Garden are definitely a gang of cunts.
The people who make the decisions are.
Yeah.
The people who make the decisions to sell.
And they'll be the ruthless ones, which I understand ruthlessness as well, though, lad, and I've got to give it a bit of a praise because I'd love them to come on and just be like, it's because we don't care. We're here to make a profit. We've got a duty to the people employed at Hydro Garden. And we've got a duty if they come on and turn around and said, yeah, when we started on Amazon, we took another 30 members of staff on, we operated the unit, and we have another 30 members of staff now working on our team. That's who we support. So what would you rather do? Would you rather have a couple more customers in your shop spread out between all of you? Or we're letting go 30 people? It's one of them, isn't it? That's the deep, it's like a knock-on effect.
Do you know why I can't? Like, everyone used to, everyone used to love to listen to the old NPK podcasts because it was ruthless and it was one-sided. Now with the whole mantra of changing the view, and like now we look at things. You can't come in and be
one-sided, because then the only people who support you are the one-sided people.
Yeah.
You've got to have the support of everyone. Where even the people who don't like you agree with you, and the people who like you agree with you.
Yeah.
If you come in and you're just a cunt and you're one-sided and you're just, no, it's this way or the highway, then the only people who follow you are them same people. So you end up with the same. It's like that saying, show me your 5 friends and I'll show you your future. Whatever that saying is, that's the same as that. If you're one-sided, it's the wrong way to go.
I'd love to.
You've got to be two-way about everything.
I'd love to do them podcasts now where we used to, like, some of them hate us, some of them would love us. It was great listening because we'd be dead aggy, but I just don't think you can.
You can't do that now. It's not the way forward. We have
matured, haven't we?
Yeah.
We have matured, we've grown, but it's definitely a debate. It's definitely an interesting debate, and I would absolutely love end users, shops and wholesalers to come on to like a bit of a live episode.
I don't even think an end user would be worth coming on, because what would they say that we've already not said yet? You can buy it out of our shop for 100, you can buy it online for £25 in the comfort of your own home, and it gets delivered to your house the next day.
Yeah.
Amazon, next day delivery, it's done.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you? The only downside is returns. That's the only downside.
And good knowledge.
And good knowledge, yeah. That's, yeah.
We'll leave it there, shall we?
Do you know what I mean?
And
that's the only downside for an end user is returns.
Yeah.
A problem with the product turns up, it's got parts missing. Now you're on the phone, now you're trying to sort it all out, and then it carries on for a week.
Get involved in the debate, though.
If you go to a shop and you buy something and it's missing the product, you go back to the shop and they just take the whole thing off you and they give you the new one.
Get involved in the debate. Go to our Instagram, which is NPK Podcast, and just direct message, comment, say anything you want.
So, Stephen.
Yes, Barry.
Are we really back here next week?
We are.
I mean, not are we really back? I mean, are you really back next week?
As long as my house doesn't fall down and I don't have a third child and she doesn't decide to get another dog, yes, we are back.
Just
properly.
Put your foot down when you get in.
Put your foot down with a firm fist.
Yeah.
We'll be back next week.
Give it a kidney blow to the jaw.
The grow room. We remember 2 weeks ago it was the shitty grow room. Built the grow room on a budget.
Man.
Next week, it's the grow room.
Mine was the budget and mine was the budget.
No, we both did budget and we're both going to do the premium. Yeah.
I'll have to write that down then.
Yeah, you will.
I seen that on my desk the other day, the budget one.
Thank you very much for listening.
Yeah,
Barry, thank you very much for turning up.
What do you mean for turning up?
And I will see you all soon.
You cheeky bastard.
Take care.
Turning up.
Bye-bye.
Choose having a midlife crisis.